Hey guys, what is up? And welcome back to another video. Today we're here for episode 15, I believe. Might be 14, I think it's 15 though, of Goattville building. So we are back here on the city today to do some more progress on the most recent project. We're starting off the video here on this boat on the unnamed river. I still don't have a name for this river, even though it's been here for about over 2 years, but yeah, we're just here, and I've come across this nice lovely shot. Like, just look at that. That looks so nice for a Minecraft city. It's rare that you come across something of that realism, I suppose. You know, it may not be incredibly massive or impressive, but I think it looks quite nice. So here is the museum that we just sort of started working on in the last episode. As you can see, I put a lovely series of letters right there saying Goattville Museum. But the problem I came across there is Goattville Museum just sounds a bit weird just to kind of throw up there in terms of, you know, a sign. And also, if the parking lot theoretically is going to be filled with cars, yeah, you're not really going to be able to see that. There was two like no parking signs right there on the sidewalk that sort of lines this kind of road right here, and even that I consider like way too much for it to block the sign. So I'm gonna have to move the sign, but I did find this good area on the side of it, on the side of the museum, where I'm probably going to move it, and I'm going to change it so that it says Museum of Goattville. So that way there's no, it just sounds a bit more formal, you know. So, and as you can see, if you've been keeping up with the videos, I mostly finished with the exterior of this part of the museum, except for the back is still a bit empty, but I got the sides for the most part done. I still have to figure out that piece, but that's where the sort of connector tunnel is going to go over to the other part. But in general, I did get this wall done, and it looks really good over here. And once I put in those letterings, it should look pretty good. And maybe put a little bit of foliage up there in the front, so that way, if the river, if I ever decide to build a river down this way, you can just continue to look very nice, very nice. But for the roof, I'm not too sure exactly what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put maybe like a floor right here, and this can be like a little sort of a open area, I suppose, on top of the building, and there'd be this railing right here that you might just barely be able to see over. You can see some buildings in the distance over there, but aside from that, there would be no real insane purpose for what the very top floor could do. But aside from that, that's pretty much what that is. I did think the museum looked a bit short, it being only 2 floors when you compare it to, you know, the train station that's right there. That's being like a solid 6 floors, and just looks a little bit short, but I felt, you know, it looks good enough as it is, and I don't feel like adding another floor to it. So yeah, so this is where we're at. These are the doors that I decided to put in. They're kind of like, they're supposed to be big doors, but since Minecraft doesn't allow for that, I just made them the small little ones right there. And I've already started out with some plans for the interior. I did lay out that red pattern right there, the very basic red line of where everything was supposed to go in general, but I did a little bit of work in between episodes. So as you can see, I got ourselves a lovely little design for the floor that we're going to go for. I got some polished diorite kind of lining the outsides, and a line of quartz, then another line of polished diorite, and then a big mess of quartz in the middle. So it keeps it nice and clean and open, but still adds some dynamicy to the color with these slightly darker pieces of white tile right there. So I figure we're just going to mostly be working on the interior of this build today. I can fill in that back once we finally have an idea of what we're going to be doing for the interior. That's why I left it open, and that's also why I left the ceiling open, because I have some plans for the second floor as to what I'm going to be doing for all of the stuff on the second floor in terms of roofing, because I plan on the second floor to not just have it be a solid flat roof going over, but to maybe have it at a little bit of an arch going over, because there is a good amount of space right here before the very top should be. So I think I can add like a little bit of arch to the top of it just to give it a bit more detail. So aside from that, I suppose I can get to explaining some of this stuff before I just, you know, jump cut ahead in the footage to when I actually lay out all of this flooring and stuff like that. But you come in the front doors, which is right here. They're kind of small for being, you know, front doors of a, you know, supposedly massive museum, but it'll have to do, you know. So this front area is just going to be a big hall. It's going to go all the way up to the roof, not just the first floor one, but the second floor one, of course. And maybe on the floor I'll have a little emblem of something to honor Goatville, because this is going to be like the Goattville dedicated museum, and I'm going to have some other parts of the museum on the other side of the road, which will be dedicated to like history of my channel, history of my Minecraft history, and I have a couple other things in mind that I want to get into, things like a zoo and the Gaia community server. If any of you know about that, probably not, but I feel like my time on the Gaia community server, it's deserving to be recognized, because it was kind of not seen too much, but I thought it was important. And it would just be fun to include anyway. But if you have no idea what that is, you probably think I'm just talking about nothing. But anyway, I suppose I can get started on filling in some of this open space. I am going to have to figure out where those stairs are going to go, which are going to lead to the second floor, which I'm going to have in here. But I suppose I should just get started, and maybe when I get to the stairs I can include some sort of time lapse. But yeah, I suppose I can just get started by getting some swiftness and this material's present, and yeah, I'll see you in however long it takes to finish this. Alright, and we are back. So here is the few bits of work which I did. I filled in all this stuff for the entrance area, and the weird thing I came across was that the distance between there and there was 25, except for those three right there, so technically it was 31, I believe. And these lines right here were exactly where I wanted them to be, right there in line with that window. But the distance between there and there was only like 26, so it was only like one block over, and that was just a guess in terms of where that line was to go over horizontally, so a bit of a weirdly accurate guess on my part from last episode. But aside from that, I filled in all of this open space. I didn't put the emblem in there yet, but that's just because we're going to figure out the whole stair situation. You might notice those two big columns right there, and that is because I'm going to put a little elevator right there which leads up to the second floor, and then to the left we're going to have a set of stairs going up, and to the right we're going to have a set of stairs going up. So that's the situation for the opening hall area. I'm probably not going to include these things right here, little openings later down here, so I think we can just close these off. This was just a weird plan that I came up with last episode when I didn't really know exactly how this was going to be looking. But you will also notice that over here by the windows I filled in what a general idea of what the walls would look like. Originally I had some plans with some what's it called, what colors are they, blue and light blue terracotta, but if we take them out real quick you can see that they are very a bit violet-y. They're not really the blue that I was going for, and I kind of wanted to make some nice blue and white walls to kind of go along with the colors of the Goattville flag, so I decided to, just put some blue concrete powder down here. And the reason I went with this one is because it's got a little bit more detailing in its blocks, and it's also a bit more of a softer color in comparison to some like blue wool or blue hardened concrete. I'm not too sure what the term is. What's the actual blocks? I don't know all these new ones. Yeah, just plain concrete. So many new blocks in here, I don't know the proper terms for them, but yeah, I also put a little bit of a quartz half slab going over right here where the windows are, just because the roof is right on top of this and there needs to be some sort of a transformation, and because the stairs go up like that on the outside, they're not going to be too visible, so when you look from the outside it's still going to look rather competent. It's not going to be too abrupt of a change or anything, not that it was going to be, because I had these black stained glass blocks there, but always good to, am I recording? Oh, okay. I looked over at my recording stuff and it looked just like a solid frame, but no, it's just because I was standing still for too long. But anyway, I suppose I should get started on the building the stairs. I can do like a live commentary over this just to extend the length of the video. I'm sure it's around like 7 minutes. I'm going to guess 7 minutes 48 seconds at the current moment. If I got that right, then I am truly a genius. But yeah, I suppose we can get started with the stairs, and then at a later time I can copy them over to the other side. So I suppose right now I can do some live commentary about the state of this build, my channel, the future of it, just because we're far enough into the video for all the normies to leave. So now everyone watching is at least slightly dedicated. I hope. So let's see, what blocks am I going to use? I suppose I could just take this. Again, the weird thing about the concrete powder is that it's affected by gravity, so you got to be careful where you place it, because once it's there, it's going to stay there unless you want to take down everything. So let's see, let's get started with these stairs. Let's get some quartz stairs to line with the color. that was either a firework or a gunshot that I just heard outside. I'm not too sure about you, but it's most likely a firework. I don't know why it would be a gunshot, but anyway, let's see, how high are the stairs gonna have to go? Let's get the elevations are there, so let's bring out, let's just mark with some stone right here. This is where the flooring is for the second floor, which means that the wall right here is going to go up like that. On both sides it's going to look like that. Actually, see, this is the problem. I forgot something. So you have to take down all of this wall and let all of that fall down. And we're going to put a pillar quartz block like that facing outwards, so it's got a nice lovely little square detail. Even though it is rather subtle, it's still there. So that's where that's going to be. Which means that the stairs are going to have to go up here. So if we just put that one right there, would that be good for the stairs? I mean, we can always put it one block inwards like that. Yeah, that looks good. And then we're going to take off this stone and bring this out like this. That won't be necessary. I could just do this. There we go. I haven't done like an actual commentary over me building for quite a while now. I mean, I've done a little bit for, you know, like designing stuff like that, but when it actually comes down to this, you know, standard building, it's been like literally a year since I've done that. Back in late 2017, before I went on my break, I did a good amount of building videos. When I was working over on the train station, or the rail yards more specifically, I was doing a lot of building videos then, and you know, they were fun to make. You know, it was only simple 10-minute videos, maybe a little bit more than that, but now these videos might be a bit longer. I'm not sure exactly how long this video is going to run. And also these videos have a bit more editing to them. You know, it's not just record and then upload. It's just, you know, I record for about 45 minutes to an hour, maybe sometimes even more than that. And then I edit it all down so that it's somewhat more of a competent video. And then upload it from there. But anyway, let's get into the stairs, into the railings more specifically. Put this going over like that. And that will intersect it there. We have to put these up. Ooh, this is going to be a real pain to sort of do that for every single block going down that wall. And then this is going to go like this, and then this we can just put a line like that, and then fill in all of this stuff like this. And then just fill in all of this here. Probably using this way too much. But let's do all of that. And then for the railing, shall we have a... Yeah, we should definitely have a darker color. So we're going to use some stone brick stairs, just because it's a bit nicer of a color in my opinion, just to sort of contrast in all of this stuff. I mean, it does, I feel like it blends in quite nice, but it's still, it still stands out a good bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some, I want to get a different color for the bottom part of it, but I'm not too sure exactly what. So maybe I could put some pillar quartz going up like this, like that. How does that look? And then maybe we can take the stone brick stairs and go up. Hopefully this time I can do better. There we go. And then for this side, I left a little 1 block gap there, so that way I could do this on this side as well, because you know, it's just nice to have a little bit of thickness and density to the walls, just to make it a bit, you know, not completely flat. So we can do this right here, and we can bring the wall out here as well, so we can just fill in all of that there, make this top bit pillar quartz, and then fill in the rest of the bottom bit right there. So these are the stairs going up, and I think what I might actually do is get rid of these right here, these polished diorite, just so the color is a bit more consistent. So yeah, that's basically what we're doing there. We're going to have to do the elevator, and on top of the elevator, on the little platform that I have right there, the big wall that I'm going to have right there, I'm planning on having like a nice big Goattville flag flying down. So that's the first thing that you see when you walk in, just a nice lovely Goattville flag right there. I feel like that'd look quite nice. The stairs look kind of off to the side a bit. I might have to fix that because they look a bit too insignificant when you look at the, you know, the actual size of this entire room that we're gonna have. So how could we fix that? There's gotta be a better way to do that. Should I just leave it there? I feel like it's a bit too much of an open space. Maybe that can be like, I can save all this open space for, like, you know, the security checks and all. Yeah, I feel like that'd be a good way to fill it up. Yeah, I think I'll go with that way. And then if you want to get the other ones, you could just go down here, and there'd be a little bit of a curve right here, but that's just because I don't want to have any walls running alongside the windows, because that would just create a bit of a weird gap. It just seems weird to have a wall running like that. But anyway, I suppose the video's run on long enough. I can finish some more of this stuff later. I'm getting pretty good at, doing some actual work in between episodes. I prefer it a lot more than the Italian mansion back when, I had to put like actual detail in the stuff, but I couldn't put too much detail in because I had to make a video making all the highlights and all of the building stuff. But anyway, I suppose in the next building video, we can start working on some of the actual stuff. We won't be working on the, the infrastructure of the museum. We won't be working on the exterior design or anything like that. We can actually get into the meat of what this whole thing is going to be. We can set up some exhibits. That'll be fun. So leave any comments with suggestions of what I can put in here. Since this is the Museum of Goattville, it's going to include like, possibly like a map of the entire place, as well as like a couple scaled down models of stuff, and maybe like some potential history stuff, in terms of like YouTube history, and then the fake history which I created for Goattville in general. But aside from that, I still have a rather vague idea of what I'm going to put in here. But yeah, that'll be it for this video. I want to thank you all very much for watching. Leave goats in the comments if you are still here, and I'll see you all later. Bye.